Okay, I think we are on. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Oak Cliff Performance Seminar. Today is March 27th. It's very, very exciting because this is this dude. Wait, where is it? JJ. JJ Lin's birthday. It's today. He just turned 44. It's like, what? What is this? Is this Performance Seminar anymore? Yeah, sorry, just my favorite singer, so I have to announce it. He is from Singapore. I love him very much. He's my idol. Yeah, my crush as well. Anyway, let's go back. We have today we have two performers, and they seem very ready and excited to share their music with all of us. Hopefully. All right, Emily, please announce your name again and the piece you're going to play.
Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm going to be playing Fascination.
Ta-da! Original song.
Nah, I had to do that. Forgot.
Ah, roll applause. Emily, is it your first time like memorizing the piece?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, it's very good. I really like your pedal. Like very clean. And I also like your balance. Your like melody is very clear. We'll talk about how to memorize the piece even better. But it seems like you actually got everything and it's very well learned for sure. It's just when you memorizing, it seems sometimes it's confusing. And this a lot of like phrases are similar, so it can be confusing. And then we'll try to make it more clear in the second half of the class. Let's move on to Mr. Milo. Please announce your name and announce the piece that you're going to play.
Hello, my name is Milo, and I'm going to be playing Prelude in C by Bach.
to Mr. Milo. Okay, very smooth, very fluent. I also like your dynamics, most of them. You're like, huh? What do you mean most? I hear like a much more contrasting or like a wider range of dynamics in the like second half of the piece. For the first half is a little bit like about, I don't know, maybe just me, like just sounds almost the same or like very minimum change. Is that like how you designed it?
No, usually I get nervous, so then I play it, like start playing it like the wrong, um, you know, strength.
Oh,
I kind of change it.
do I look scary though?
Well, no, I'm a little nervous. Always.
All right. Hopefully, I don't make you too nervous. Yeah, I know. Like when things is like when everyone's like looking at you and it can be that. But I think you get actually comfortable in the middle, like after like certain spot, and then you start like, getting a little more like expressive with your dynamic, which I think is very very nice. Yeah, just maybe prep yourself before you play. When you play it on the stage or when you play it for your friend or family. All right, welcome to the second half of the class. Let's move back to Miss Emily's piece. 1 second. I want to talk about structure of the piece. Emily, since you were the one playing it, can you explain how the structure works, or do you know what it is in this piece, by any chance? Or do you mean structure?
Huh?
The structure of the piece.
I don't know what that means.
Great, that's fine. Just kind of like, when we build a house, we have like a certain expectation or certain layout, certain structure that we use. For sure, you will have living room. For sure, we need restrooms, and for sure, we need bedroom, at least, and the kitchen. And then in each section or in each room, we'll have another structure. For example, in the kitchen, you should have refrigerator, you should have stove, you should have oven. Or oven is not necessary, but we expect that. In the bedroom, there should be a bed. Like imagine there's no bed in the bedroom. Like, I cannot sleep on the floor.
Is it considered
Yeah.
a bedroom?
Huh?
If it doesn't have a bed, is it really considered a bedroom? I'm pretty
No,
sure
right?
that's considered.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. Have you like? Well, maybe not. You just live in your house, but I've been like renting a room, right? And when you rent a room, sometimes they will say it's unfurnished. So literally, when you walk into a room, there's nothing there. It's like blank. You're gonna bring your own bed. You're gonna bring your own thing, but you can actually design your layout, design the structure. Anyway, so that's structure. So same thing in a piece. We have structure to make things more organized, and it sounds like a one thing. Okay, for usually I will try to find the phrase that looks similar. In your case, is that me? In your case, I think these from this part. This is pretty iconic. We have that several times, right? We have that here. We have that here. We have something looks similar. It's not the same, no, but looks similar here. Okay. Can we say if we start with the same 5 notes, that's one type, and then we give a name. So let's go from here to here is one phrase, and then we give the name A1. Now, the reason why I put A1 is because even though these 5 notes looks the same as this one, they have different notes after. Let's do just the heavier pink. Still pink. We give A2. And you can remind it that way. So now you know the first two, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 4 bars, and the second 4 bars from measure, wait, 1, oh, sorry, this is not a bar, this is a pickup. Okay, from here, 1, 2, 3, from two beats pick up from here to here, and then from here to here, they have the same beginning. I think you keep thinking about the next one for the second time. The second time is actually start on C sharp again. Okay, so keep that in mind, and let's move on because the screen I need to do it this way. Let's keep the different color. So even though it's a similar shape, it has a totally different notes. Okay, and then it's only half because we have the same thing again. And I don't think starting stuff very beginning stuff on C sharp. And then these, we'll take another one. This is similar. I'll say the blue again, but darker for the second part. So you can say this is B, or you can say this A again, because it's like similar. It's like a variation of A. It depends on how you treat it. I will probably do A, but it's A3. You know what I'm saying? It can be that way. Or it can be it can totally be something new, B. And then this, if it is a B, then this will be C1. And then C2. Actually, let's just keep that. Like if we have a new note, it doesn't matter if the shape is the same, we just use the same the different letter to categorize it. Okay, so this is B. So is A1, A2, B by itself for only 2 bars, C1 by itself, and C2 is like a longer. And then what? We'll come back to A1 again. I know structure is usually not super excited to talk about, to think about, because it's like structure. Okay, can you keep that in mind though? Can you help me to play A1 one more time? Okay, and then now it's A2. Yeah, now it's A2. So A2 is the one. And now we have B by itself. One. Hey, I do something wrong. Sorry about that. Hey, sorry, I do something wrong. I just realized that I should have said no. Sorry, I didn't see it earlier for some reason. So this is actually B again. Thank you. You should say something. Just correct me. Teacher make mistakes too. Okay, so that's
the one after that.
So the one after that is also B, because we have so B1, B2, and then what? I didn't mean to. Sometimes I hate Zoom. 1 second. Why is so much? Okay, bye bye. So we have purple again. It's a very long one though. Okay, the B section is like super long. Ta-da. B2 for me. E. G. Okay, great. So it's actually making things even simpler. So we have A1, A2, B1, B2, B3, then back to A1 again. Back to A2, A2, B, no, yeah, B, B4. This is different.
A lot of B's.
Yeah, it's D, start on D sharp, right? Start on D sharp will be, so D sharp, E, G, B will be B. Section B. Phrase B, sorry. Yeah, and then so this is B4 because it's something totally different. and then this is I wouldn't say C, but it's like a coda. It's like at the ending. So this is the ending. So starting from here to here is ending. If you can actually write down on your sheet music, that'll be very helpful. Yeah. Think about the structure when you memorize the piece. You can also do phrase by phrase when you try to memorize it. I don't know, have you tried to memorize backwards? Like the last phrase and then add I don't know. You should try that too to make your memorization more solid. Yeah, I think the memorization is almost there. So if you can maybe perform it one more time with the more solid memorization, I think that will be the quality to have to get honors. Okay. Let's move on to Mr. Milo. I'm curious about your dynamic plan in the beginning. Can you tell me your strategy?
So start out quiet and then kind of for these first four measures, kind of like do a kind of wave phrasing where I go louder, like in the middle for the second and third measure, and then quiet down, quiet down in the fourth.
Okay, so you're saying that because what's the logic behind it? What's the theory behind it? Why you choose that way? Why you get louder and louder and then get softer here? Why you don't do opposite?
Well, because it says to start quiet, but I think it's boring to play it quiet like the whole way. So
What about we can do piano and pianissimo here? Why not? Why it doesn't make sense? I agree with you. Like you should do piano and then maybe crescendo to mezzo piano and then mezzo forte and then back to piano or mezzo piano here.
because it's kind of like
Why?
because shoot, I don't know how to put this in words.
Anything had a reason, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like the next note.
Wait, what? I think you are
the
in the right direction. What do you say?
Like the next chord, the next sequence, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like I
It's
don't
higher.
make up some like reasons for it. It's all good. It can be very simple though. If you already know some theory, right? You learn theory, music
Yeah.
theory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will just say based on the shape or based on the direction. If we look at this, let's use purple because my JJ likes purple. Alright, so starting from here is E. The highest note is E.
Mm-hmm.
Now the highest note become
F.
F, which is higher than E.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like have like a one step up
Mm-hmm.
feeling. It's literally one step up, right? So it's going up. Okay. Here,
There.
even though your right hand stay the same, the highest note stay the same is F. Your left hand is going down.
Yeah.
So overall shape is actually getting wider. So you can say, okay, even though these stay the same, your left hand is going down. So the distance between the highest note and lowest note, the distance between those two notes are wider than before. It's getting wider each time. Also, this chord is
G.
what chord is that?
Wait. This is the Wait, what am I looking at? This is what G7.
G dominant 7.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the dominant 7 in C major. We're using this key. So you have the sound. It's already in the seventh chord, so it gives some tension. So you kind of stretch a little bit. That feeling feels stretchy, and then go back to tonic. Go back to C. So it makes sense when we get to this part, we get softer, have like a nice, relaxing cadence ish. Like, okay, that's how you explain like why I do this.
Shape.
You know what I'm saying? You need to you need to be like very thorough and convince yourself. You know why you do that. Then when you do that, you will sound even more convincing to the audience. Can you try that from the beginning? Because I don't think I hear that in the beginning. Thank you. I think that's beautiful. And I can hear like you are trying to bring out this F now. I can also hear I will expect a little bit more on this B, but I think you are also thinking about it too. And then it sounds really beautiful when you go back to this part, because you are thinking about okay, everything calm down here. Were you thinking about that before, or you just thinking about dynamics?
I was not thinking about it before.
Yeah, think about that. So now everything actually have more direction. Because before, if you just think about dynamics, you might actually end up with okay, bring out the inner voice or whatever, like other notes. But what we actually wanna hear is the top note or the bass note is leading. They are the one actually say, hey, we're going there, we're getting wider, getting narrower, okay? And that will make sense when we get to this part. When we get to this part, it says, okay, so we're back to piano, right? And then it will make sense when we get to this part. It's slightly louder than this. Because what? Because the right hand is suddenly jump to A. The reason why we don't want to be too much, in my opinion, I don't know. Like everyone, if you ask like 10 people, you will have 10 answers. But if you ask me, the reason why we don't do like forte, we don't do mezzo forte is because this chord is what? A minor. A minor try is a 6. It's kind of like different, but it's not as like happy as major. You get what I'm saying? So I wouldn't do too much here. And what about this one? Is this should be louder or softer?
I think slightly softer because I don't know. Kind of gets.
Slightly what?
Slightly softer.
Because?
Because it gets narrower, everything goes down.
Yeah, okay. You said everything is compressed. And then what? Louder again?
Yeah.
Then what? This one? Softer again?
Softer again.
Yeah. So that can be your logic. Or is it like it's another interesting? To me, it's interesting. To me, it's just like because I really like music that has no right answer. It's only the answer that close to the right or like more the most logical or the most like appropriate or depends on the people. So you can say that based on the shape, you can say this should be softer and they should be louder and it's pretty obvious. But what about thinking about the logic we had before? We make measure 3 louder. Half the reason why because the shape is wider. Also, this is the dominant 7. This is actually also the dominant 7, just in G major.
Okay, yeah.
So technically, you can also make this one a little bit louder, and then this kind of has like a more relaxing feeling, like softer feeling. You can.
Yeah.
You can also say, well, even though it's narrower, it has like a very like nice but dissonant second here, right? It gives some tension there, and then it's getting more relaxing here. You can also say that. My point is not like okay, you have to do this and that. Is that my point? You need to find out the way that support the theoretical way that support your interpretation. Like why I do louder here. There's not there's like he didn't write down any dynamics here. Part of the reason is because they don't have piano at a time. They don't have piano at a time. It's like huh, you know that right?
Yeah, it's like what was it?
Harpsichord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they can only do the one type of sound. But I do think we should do the dynamics because why not? We have piano, and it sounds better that way. Okay.
Okay.
I think start from here is pretty straightforward, and then also start from here we have some type of markings, so it's kind of easy to follow. I think also part of the reason why there's no right answer here, so they kind of just leave it blank, give you some freedom for it. And then you can also like when you have these, you can actually kind of see why we do that, right? Yeah. Another way is that if you're not so sure when there's no dynamic marking, something I would like to do is after I kind of like have my own idea, I will go online. Well, right now it's like very convenient for you guys. Under your screen time, go to YouTube, search it up, listen to other great pianists how they do that. You might actually find out some pianists doesn't follow the sheet music at all. Like if there's piano and you might find someone play like forte there. I'm not saying like for sure, but you probably will see some different, hear some different interpretation. And to me, it's always interesting to figure out why they think that way. Okay.
Okay.
Something to keep that in mind. Questions? No. One last thing before we go, I just want. If you're trying to follow the dynamics here, I don't think I hear the very nice settle down forte sound here.
Yeah, I heard it as I was playing it.
Huh?
I did not hear. Yeah, I know. I noticed it as I was playing it, like that.
You're like, after I play it, I wish I played louder. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can try that on the stage then, or try that in a future performance.
Okay.
All right. Thank you both for working with me and share your music with all of us today. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.